So we will do, this is the agenda for tonight, so I'll let you go over this real quick. Also later on I have parking validation if you parked in the garage. Hopefully you use the street parking because it's free, but if not, just come up later on and we can get that. So we should have a lot of people signed up, or at least here. I know the elevators were messing up, so hopefully they were able to find their way. So we'll do introductions, some stats about South by, what you need to know about preparing, and why it matters for your startup. So who here has been to South by? That's good. And who here has not been to South by? Is that because you're out of town, or is it just you don't like the traffic? All right, so my name is Chris. I'm a digital nomad. I teach another program here, Digital Nomad Lifestyle. I help show people how to build remote teams, and what I've also learned from doing that is also helping people find where they need to be. A lot of times people don't realize there's tons of events out there, and sometimes they miss them, and those are huge opportunities for you. So that's been something else that has started to grow for me. But other than that, I also teach this program every 4th Monday. And the other program was last Monday, so that's every 3rd Monday of the month here at Capital Factory. So people who work from laptop, travel the world, that kind of stuff. So we had some very, very interesting conversations last week, to say the least. All right, so for you, I'm going to put it back to you. I want to know who's here, what are you looking for, what do you hope to get out of this. So just keep it under 30 seconds, name, where you're from, you know what to do, and we'll start with this lovely lady.
Hi, I'm Natasha from San Antonio, working on a potential startup idea and looking to get some ideas. And I am looking to attend Southwest sometime this year, and I'm hoping to just learn as much as I can. And pain point for me is just getting started.
Yep. Yeah. We all have that problem. All right. Next.
I'm Alan. I'm originally from Mexico. Working currently as a software engineer, but I'm also developing a couple of projects on my time off. And been to South by before. What's the pain point I'm dealing with? I'm getting some interest and traction, but I'm not I'm struggling to build to the next level with the projects I'm working on.
Sure, absolutely. Great, thank you.
Hey y'all, I'm Tim. I've been in Austin for 35 years, so I'm basically from here.
All right.
Right now I'm working on starting my own messaging startup based on my experience as a newspaper editor here at the Statesman and as a marketer. Been to South by many times, and we'll have in a second, so I'm not going to get too deep into my experience with that.
Sure.
What I'm dealing with right now is just creating content, client-facing content.
Okay, great, thanks.
Hi, I'm Julia. I'm from Germany. Just moved to Austin a few months ago. I've not attended South by Southwest yet. What my pain point is, I just decided to be an entrepreneur. I have a business idea. Not sure where to start, how to manage my time, what the ingredients are that I need to get this business up and running. And yeah, this is kind of the first entrepreneurship event that I'm attending.
Awesome. Well, welcome. Great.
My name is Larry. I'm coming from Los Angeles. I've been here for a few months. I've been to South by Southwest a few times, but never as a founder. And one of the reasons I came down here is because we started a company that's already in the iOS and Android store called Wealthy Wise. One of our pain points is that we're kind of B2B2C, so we're just getting partnerships with those other businesses.
Great.
My name is Riley. I'm from here in Austin. I've been here for 13 years. I'm a software engineer, and what I'm working on right now is AI chatbot-like apps. I've got a number of ideas, so I'm starting with the first one. I've got a UI built, and it's wired up with ChatGPT, but I want to train my own custom model, and that's what I'm struggling with. All the tutorials make it seem like it's so easy on Hugging Face and Google Colab, and it's not. I've been banging my head for 2 days on it, so anybody has experience.
Great. Yes.
My name is Gary. I just moved here from Louisiana by way of Colorado. Just been here a couple months and just learning whatever I can learn from South by Southwest.
All right, great, welcome. Thanks.
Hey, I'm Charlie. I have an app called Checkmate. I'm launching it here. Hoping for South by Southwest for me is advancing my raising funds journey. So I'm looking for money.
Okay. Alright, next.
My name's Hiram. I'm from Austin. Been here for about a year. Before that, I was in LA. I'm working on an edtech idea called TRDU. I have attended South by Southwest EDU, but never South by Southwest, the big one.
Okay.
What am I looking at?
There you go.
So I honestly came here for a different event, and it wasn't going on, so I checked and thought this was a cool thing, so I had no ideas about South by, so not really looking to learn anything about South by. But a pain point I'm dealing with is we just got 200 users or so to try out our platform, and so now I'm trying to learn how do I kind of delight them and turn them into promoters.
Very nice, okay. Next.
Alright, I'm Lawrence, I've been here for about 25 years, 5-time founder, just exited out of a AI for health and wellness company. So I'm here in attending South by to kind of learn a lot. I've got about a team of 6 working on a AI platform to help solopreneurs and others.
Okay.
And so I'm just trying to dive in and learn as much as I can about the problems that they're facing.
Good, okay. Yeah, they have a lot of people problems at South by.
Yeah.
Okay. And for those that came in, we'll start with you.
My name is Denise. I'm from Philly originally, but I've lived in a few different places. I'm working on a lot of different things, so I'm just
Start with the first one.
I guess my consultancy, I'm just trying to see how I can optimize it, automate it, and
Okay.
make it as easy as possible.
Good, okay.
Let me see, have I attended?
Have you attended before? No.
I've been around.
Okay.
I've been around, but I never got a pass to go in,
Alright.
so.
She gets the gist.
I sneak into places.
Okay.
And then what did I learn, from my experience at South by? Yeah, just networking gets you so much further than actually paying for the events.
Oh, yeah?
In my experience.
Okay, great.
And a pain point I'm dealing with right now is figuring out exactly what I need to focus on to like overcome the hurdles.
We've heard that a couple of times from a few people already, so,
Yeah.
good, alright. And you, sir?
Okay. I'm Gaurav. I'm from Miami, but I've also moved around a bit. I'm still in the idea phase, so
Okay.
I don't have something concrete yet.
It's okay.
Haven't attended South by Southwest before,
Alright.
so I have not learned anything previously.
Okay.
And a pain point is structuring time and figuring out how to be effective.
Right, yes, perfect. Alright, we will start on this side here.
Brian, originally from Cincinnati, moved to Austin in '03, did the job at Dell. I am exiting banking and stock brokerage. And
Okay.
prior to coming here, I ran an ad agency for about 8 years, so I'm trying to reboot my old profession and very interested in AI and workflow automations to try to kind of make a one-man shop go a lot further than
Okay.
it should be able to. I have prior worked at the convention center, so I'm very familiar with South by.
Have you volunteered or anything like that?
I was thinking about volunteering this year.
Okay.
So I
Prior
worked
to-
at the convention center for a few years, just kind of on the security side, so it's a madhouse.
It is, yeah.
But certainly it's an amazing event and a lot of very influential people, so.
Absolutely, yeah. And if you want to do South by volunteering, it usually starts around like early February, so, late January, and then you have to put in like 40 hours if you want the platinum badge. You know, if you're only trying to go like a music badge or a film badge, it requires less hours, but if you're trying to do the full thing, then they expect 40 hours out of you, so, yeah.
I think it's listed at 36 on the site.
Mhm.
That's a full week.
Right, and then once you keep doing that every year, then you get promoted to manager, things like that, and then you get more perks from that. But thank you, yeah. Alright, next.
Hi, my name is Lau. I'm from Malaysia.
Okay.
I've been to Austin since 2016.
Okay.
I've never been to South by Southwest.
Oh, wow.
I think
Cool.
I just like the traffic. Okay. I'm bootstrapping a company called Casino now. We just soft launched last year.
Okay.
We are building AI powered tool, integrated career preparation automation tool to help job seeker save time, stand up with the online presence, and hopefully get hired faster. My pain point now is to land the first customer. We are B2C and B2B model.
Okay.
Land the first B2B model. I'm looking for a co-founder, potential investor, and a channel partner where we can go to different market in the US first, and eventually go international.
Oh, nice. Okay. Perfect. Well, thank you.
So anyone interested in finding out more can talk to me.
Yes, please. I mean, everybody here, you all put down you want to connect with other people doing this. That's why I'm doing the introduction, so you know who to talk to later on. So, thank you. Yes.
My name is Steven. I'm a native Texan, but I've been in Austin for almost 5 years. I am right now working as a go-to-market consultant for myself, for solo founders who are trying to commercialize their products, kind of bring on their first few customers or get to their first million plus. I am also building and validating in the background. I have attended South by Southwest before. It's super fun and can be highly productive. It can also be not productive if you kind of don't know where to go.
Yeah.
Because you can get lost in the chaos. You can also get lost in the sauce. There's lots of free events there.
Oh yeah.
Open bars as well. So
yeah.
Pain point I'm dealing with. Similarly, right now I'm kind of selling my consulting time for money, and I only have 24 hours in the day, and trying to figure out how I can layer in AI and automation and outsource as much of that off my plate as possible.
Perfect. Great. Thank you. Yes. Next. One of y'all.
Sure. My name is also Steven, but I am not a native Texan. I'm from Florida. I've been here almost 10 years. Software developer, just typical 9 to 5 right now. Haven't been to South by Southwest. The traffic, just don't really care for it. Haven't had any other reason to go. Pain point, just trying to find an idea and how to validate it.
Got it. Okay. Thanks.
My name is Patrick. I'm originally from Austin. What I'm working on, I'm in tech right now, a publicly traded company.
Okay.
Been to South by like 10 times probably. The startup crawl's really fun. Good networking event for sure. And pain point, my tech jobs probably get phased out by AI in the next like year to 2 years. So just trying to figure out the next move.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, most companies will be changing in the next 5 years, but don't tell them that. Yeah. All right. Next.
Yeah, my name is Evan. I'm originally from Detroit. I'm a nomad, so I don't really live here, but I'm here for now. I'm working on, I was a former energy efficiency engineer. Took 3 years off, traveled the world, and now coming back, decided that the biggest pain point I had in my life was my pot lids in my kitchen. So I decided to make some stackable, storable pot lids so that chaos goes away.
Yep.
So I'm working on that right now. I'm going to be launching in a few weeks on Kickstarter. So my biggest pain point is like brand awareness and getting people like rallying behind that.
Okay. Perfect. Great.
Yeah. Hey everyone. My name is John Franco. I've been here a couple times, so you probably recognize me. I've been in Austin for about 7 years. Lots of fun.
It is.
I've been to South by a couple of times.
Okay.
I think last year I had a wristband, but this year I decided to get a badge.
Ooh.
Upgrade a little bit.
Wow.
When you have a wristband, you feel like a second-class citizen. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna get a badge now. I have a day job right now, but I'm working on the side. I'm working on a platform to match homeowners with our network of subcontractors who could perform jobs for them. So that's what I'm working on right now, and looking forward to learning anything
Great.
today.
Perfect. All right, next.
Hello, my name is Avni. I'm from Istanbul, Turkey.
Okay.
And I've been here for only 1 month.
Okay.
I have a software company in Istanbul, Turkey, and I created a branch of it here.
Okay.
We're basically helping startups to create their own apps. I've never been to South by, and my pain point is to getting used to a different country and different city and trying to meet with new people.
Great. Yeah. This is what this room is for.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here. Great. Welcome. All right. Next.
Hi, I'm Nicole, and I've been here in Austin
15 years now. I have been to South by, a couple times, but I don't really remember very much of it. It's a long time ago. Honestly, I wasn't there for any specific reason. I was just having a good time, so.
Yep.
What am I working on? Oh gosh, like all kinds of things, but really I think I actually walked into the wrong class because I was here for a different class, which I think may have been the one that you were here for. It may not, I guess it's not happening. So I saw something happening and you made me in and here I am.
Perfect.
Yeah, I do instructional design generally. You know, that's my day job, I guess day job. I work from home, so it's my job. But I figure, like with all this working from home and everything, it's been great. I love it. But I needed to kind of get out, and it's nice to come downtown and see people and be in the same room together.
Perfect. Very well. Welcome. Yes. Yes.
Hey, my name's John. I also came for a different event, but I'm happy to be here. And I've been living in Oregon for the past couple of years. I just moved to Austin. I have a 9-to-5 doing growth marketing for an options brokerage, but on the side I'm looking to build a health and wellness platform on alternativehealth.com. And I've never been to South by Southwest, but yeah, going to go this time.
Just tell your boss you'll be busy.
Yeah, so yeah.
All right, thank you. Yes, Scott?
My name is Scott Thompson. I'm a UX product designer. I'm a native Texan. I've been in Austin for 40 years. I helped design the very first South by Southwest, so I've been coming to them quite a few times. I'd say that probably the best thing I could say is that you want to have a plan and be open for change and serendipity, because there's a lot of really interesting things. I didn't realize that was there. That's here. So
that's right.
So yeah, it's an interesting time. Yeah, pain point I'm dealing with is trying to invent 2.0 in that the design market business is having trouble right now. So I'll figure out.
All right.
Next thing.
Ron?
My name is Ron. We have a platform for solopreneurs, small business owners. We grew the platform to about 250,000 business owners and solopreneurs, so lots of networking opportunities. Anywhere from small businesses that are looking for services for consultants and small business owners, and many lots of collaboration that's happening on the network.
Okay.
Looking forward to grow. And I guess that would be our biggest challenge.
Okay. Okay. Great. Yeah. Come on in. Find a seat. And then we will ask these two wonderful people that walked in. Just follow the list and go ahead.
Hi everybody. My name is Madeline Shaw. I'm also a native Texan. I've been in Austin for the last 5 years. I have a 9-to-5. I work in public health, specifically at UT Austin in their health promotion office. But I'm interested in kind of connecting, like basically creating more belonging in kind of families and through kind of like a digital storytelling platform. I have not attended South by Southwest before. A key point that I'm dealing with right now is mostly just kind of getting out of like the ideation phase to like, I feel like an appropriate MVP and then seeing how to engage people in that.
Got it. Thank you. Yes.
And my name is Kwabena Ndobedu. I'm originally from Ghana, but I've been in Austin for 6 years. I have been to South by before. I think we came in a startup crawl a year or two ago.
Okay. All right.
And yeah, I think I learned a lot about just like all the different businesses that are around, and just like at that point it was part of the AI hype, and so everybody was trying to figure out how to put AI into their products and stuff. So it was cool.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm working on. I have a 9-to-5. I work in wealth advising, and so I love finance. And so right now I'm working on an app that kind of allows people to trade, kind of like soccer opinions and stuff like that. And so my pain point right now is just like Madeline said, I have an MVP, but I'm trying to get out of, changing it over and over again and just getting out and talking to some people. So that's where I am.
Good. Thank you. And you?
Hi,
I have attended South by before, and a lot of what I learned from that experience was being able to connect with different founders. I kind of fell into the world of like individual consulting just by virtue of like having a network of contacts and having worked in the startup space in the past. And I thought that this event seemed interesting to me because I'm not sure if like an individual pursuit is something I want to keep doing or if I want to explore something else, but I thought I'd go through.
Perfect, thank you. Yes. Sir, back there, I met you last week.
Hi, my name is Gage Barger. I'm from Houston. Right now, I'm working on a couple of things. I have a business where I do business funding for people, and I have like a business mall type of thing where we do home solutions like renewable energy and water and all that stuff. And we're looking for collaborators as well. I have not attended the South by before.
Pain points?
And then, what's the last thing?
What are your pain points you're dealing with right now?
Oh, pain points overall. Just getting the word out there, man. Right now, I'm just trying to have all my warm contacts are just like friends from college, and they're not really interested at all. So I'm just trying to push it out there and see what we can do.
Absolutely. All right, Constantine.
Hey, howdy. My name is Constantine. Yeah, I'm from Mobile, Alabama, like a regular countryside guy. So what I'm working right now, I'm expanding my consulting from Europe to here, to USA, to America. Have I attended South by Southwest last year? What have I learned from this experience? Don't let me start. It was a very nice recent event. Yeah, my pain point right now is niche. So the requests from businesses in Europe are a little bit different from for the requests here. So I'm trying to nail down the niche.
Okay.
Thank you.
Great. All right. Well, let's get started then. So this one right here is stats about South by. So it's a launching pad for startup ideas. Corporate parties have made a big comeback. So this is something you're going to start seeing more of this year as well. AI dominated every conversation last year, and you're probably going to see it even more this year, right? So when you go to these parties and events, you're probably going to see AI in almost everything that's being applied, right? Music shows were a lot smaller, and there were less of them on the roster last year. So they're hoping to see if there's a bigger comeback because of that. And then that's how much money was generated for the Austin economy. And before that, it was 381. So that falls into three main categories, which is basically attendees spending money on hotels, food, travel, things like that in the city. Operational impact, which is staffing, infrastructure, and then partner spend, which is marketing, advertising, a lot of that stuff going to that. But that is what the economic impact of what South by does to the city. So for people who are trying to get a slice of that pie, and you're trying to see like, hey, how do I be a part of this? Then those are the areas you should probably start focusing on, because you can drive a lot of, business with just those areas as well, And last year, that's how many people attended. So they're hoping to expect at least 400,000 this year. So for 1 week, that's probably how many people, on average, probably come into Austin. So that is a large number, right? And it'll probably ramp up around March 5th or 6th. I know there's already some parties popping up around March 6th. And then once March 7th comes around, everything from Friday all the way to Tuesday is the big tech stuff, right? But in the calendar, you'll notice that the AI got pushed all the way until Thursday, which I don't know what they were trying to do with that, but most people are already gone by Tuesday at most, because people come in, their companies buy them a badge, they do their reports, they do other stuff, and then they fly right out, right? So they miss a lot of the other stuff, right? So with this, what you need to know when you start preparing, right? It's a hustler's paradise, basically. It is literally, I've seen people go from nothing as a company to now they have customers, they have clients, they have revenue, they have all this stuff, they have a lot of traction. But if you are not hustling and you go to the free stuff and you attend these things and you're just like, hey, I didn't get anything out of it, your approach is probably the reason why. So it is a 7 a.m. to 1 a.m. game played for 5 days straight, okay? And I show people how to do that for 5 days straight. Is it exhausting? Absolutely. Do I go back to my hotel room just tired as can be? Yes, I do. and then I have to get right back up, and I'm back on Rainy Street for breakfast. And I will tell you this, I have never paid for anything during South by. If you're paying for stuff at South by, you are not doing South by correctly. I don't pay for food, I don't pay for any of that stuff, right? Nothing. And I walk out with just tons of free stuff.
Who does pay?
Who does pay? The city. So, kudos to them. So the closer you stay to downtown, the easier it is to get around events, right? Like the farther you go out, obviously the prices for hotels and all that stuff falls. But as you get closer, prices are obviously going to increase, right? But when you're closer, you can get to your room faster, you can get to sleep faster, and you can get right back on the streets in the morning, right? Because you have your different crowds, right? You have the morning crowds, which is corporate. They have their all houses set up. You're going to go out there, you're going to have your breakfast events, you're going to have networking events, a lot of coffee events, things like that, right? Those are the panels, those are the discussions, and then lunchtime comes around, most of the crowd is already out, and by the afternoon, that's when you have the bigger panels, the keynotes, all those things, and then by the evening, that's when most of those panel people have already, like, they're tired, and they just want to go to a nice party, network, mingle, have some drinks, some food. That's what you're trying to look for, right? So you have the separation between the badge events, which are the official South by stuff, and then you have the free events that are either hidden or waitlisted, right? So if you have not already been finding those lists, I sell a list that is basically an amalgamation of like all these other lists that are out there, and I just put it into one spot and I just sell that list because these lists are constantly updating. But I will also show you in today's class as well how to start building a smaller list just for you, okay? You will need good shoes. Do not think for 1 second wearing your old Nikes or your Air Jordans from '95 will work, okay? You will need a water bottle, you will need a bag, and you will need a med kit and a scooter account, okay? It is a lot of getting around because most of downtown is all closed off. So, any questions so far? I'm not scaring you, right? Good. Let's keep going. Why does it matter for you, okay? It's face-to-face networking opportunities, right? You have the world coming into Austin for 1 week, right? That means you're saving all that travel money instead of you having to go visit all those different countries. All those people are coming here. Last week, they had Australia House, right? They were promoting 4 different conferences they had in Australia. I had a conversation with them. They started Tech Fest in Sydney. I said, hey, are you looking for speakers? Yes, we are. I signed her to be a speaker. Why? Because they're in town. Okay? That's what you're looking for. You have to get out there and you have to be willing to ask questions. If you are afraid of asking questions, your company will not make it. Okay? Branding and visibility. So we're going to go through, I have a whole bunch of exercises to do in this class because I need to make sure you actually understand what you're supposed to do. Like South by is not a show up, okay, give me free food. So, visibility. What's one way to get yourself out there during South by? Somebody just throw something out. It's okay. We're all adults.
Give away free stuff.
Okay, what else? What if I don't have the money for that? What if I'm a poor student in the dorms and I need to run my startup and I have no money, dad doesn't pay for anything, I'm abandoned?
Give away lots of QR codes.
Very good. That's right. Go out there, be that person that's like, scan my phone, because I can't afford stickers. Scan my phone, do this, read up what I'm doing, right? You will see that during South by, a ton of people going up to you, here's a QR code, here's this, here's that, right? You will see a ton of pop-up e-commerce stores that will have some of the most ridiculous URLs you've ever seen. And they do that because they post her everywhere, right? And all they need to do is just, somebody scans it, and if they purchase just, let's say, 20 items, that store paid for itself, right? Access to influencers and industry leaders. So, like I said, when those people are done talking on panels, how do you talk to those people if you don't have a badge to get into those rooms? This is where you have to be creative now. Alright?
You find them at the party.
Find them at the party. What else?
You wait for them outside.
Very good. Exactly. Last year, I showed a group of young guys who were trying to figure out how do they talk to the people in the rooms that have the badges, right? So they just happened to be in front of this one space, right? This big panel, all these people who have the same interests, right? And they just happened to be in front of a little banner that showed South by Southwest, right? And people would come out and take pictures. Guess what I told them to do? Help people take pictures. Now you have a reason to talk to them, right? So all these people coming out, and all of a sudden they had tons of connections. because of that simple little gesture of helping them take pictures, right? Did they need a badge? No, they did not. Did they get a lot of industry connections? Yes, they did. Were they happy? Hey, when you're 20 years old, you think the world is amazing. Education and learning. You need to find out who's talking about what and why it's trending, right? You will see a ton of people go to a panel and then go straight out of the panel, go to a table, sit down, write a blog, and then that's for their company, right? Hey, this is what they're talking about, this is what's going on, I did my job, now I'm gonna go have a drink. Funding opportunities, they are everywhere, right? Right now, there are a ton of waitlisted events for funding opportunities. Last year, I helped somebody get a free ticket to an event that was like, I think $500 or $1,000 tickets, and they found an investor there. And it was like matchmaking, speed dating, right? And they found somebody, they talked, and then a couple months later, they closed the deal, they got their money, right? So it's there. But if you don't know where to look, you're going to think South by is just this mess of stuff, right? It's just traffic everywhere. I'm gonna stay home, watch my Netflix. Meanwhile, people are over here closing deals, right? But if you don't know where those events are, guess what? That's why you think South by sucks. So, market exposure and partnership. Even if you go and take a whole bunch of posters and just post it all around downtown, people are gonna see it, right? You have a global stage here for 1 week, take advantage of it. All the houses are gonna be here, right? Canada House, I don't know about them. Europe, all these different places are gonna be here, right? So I'm about to show you how to find all that stuff in a minute. Alright, we're gonna start with creating a winning marketing strategy. So if you want to write it down, that's fine. If you want to take a picture, that's fine. Either way, you will know this stuff by the time we're done with here. Alright? One, you need to find clear objectives. Okay, know your audience, craft a compelling story. Remember, when you're at South by, you literally get 20 to 30 seconds with somebody. Everybody's moving fast, right? And you need to have something interesting to show them. Either it's a flyer, either it's a QR code, a story, whatever, right? Then you also need to know what exactly do you want to accomplish at South by. Do you need to grow your newsletter? Do you need to get traction to your website? Are you just trying to get your name out there? What is your actual goal, right? You have your main goal, get your name out there, or your website, your brand name, and then also like, hey, drive traffic to the site, or help people like, hey, follow me on this, right? Subscribe to this. So, let's see here. Who has an elevator pitch that they would like to try right now? And see if they're good. Go ahead. Sure. Yes. All right, everybody listen.
Hey, my name is Larry. We're developing a fintech, which is in the personal financial management space. It's basically like Rocket Money or NerdWallet, but instead of doing budgets, what we do is forecast out your future by allowing our members to put in their financial products, and then they can just follow that financial trajectory or that financial journey along the way. It's called WealthyWise. It's already in the App Store on iOS and Android, and we have about 200 users.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. All right. Do you want some feedback or no?
Yeah.
All right. Anybody? Please go ahead. Was that AI? Okay. Yes. Go ahead.
I think the pitch is good. You talk about the detail about the business.
All right. Tell him.
But it's just way too long. I think the audience will not be able to grasp what you're trying to say.
Okay.
I think your pitch should be just one sentence, very short and precise. This is what we do. Then that will kind of trigger their interest. Then they'll ask you more questions.
Okay. Yes. Go ahead.
The first thing I'd want to know is who it's for. So if you started with that, it would get my attention because I would know if like, is it for me or not?
Good. Anybody else?
I like to use like a problem solution call to action framework. So it's like, here's the problem, here's how we uniquely solve it, and here's the QR code, follow me, or here's the app, go download it. When we met, you did a great job, and you're like, actually, here's my app. You get a free trial.
Yeah. Perfect. Great. All right. Thank you so much for that. All right. one more. Does anybody want to do a pitch? Yes, go ahead.
All right. I'm Lawrence. Founding company Amiara, which is to help smart, passionate, talented individuals with amazing business ideas launch the business that's 10 times better than the original concept, 1,000 times faster, and 1,000 times cheaper than they could ever before.
Nice. All right. Any feedback? That's what we're here for. Yes, go ahead.
Call to action. I'm interested. What do I do?
Tell me more.
That's good. Yeah. Okay. Yes, go ahead.
I think the vision made a lot of sense, but then what your service actually does to help people get there wasn't totally clear for me.
Yeah, that's I have like a second sentence,
Yeah.
but it's like to get that in. We like for the room we have a mixture of a multi-dimensional AI model mixed with behavioral psychology and real-world mentorship to help you achieve those results.
Okay. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I just heard 1,000 times faster, 1,000 times cheaper, and I'm interested. I really am, because that catches my eye.
So I'm the opposite, in that 1,000 metric means nothing to me. Seems silly.
Maybe 767 times.
Well, that's actually a great point, because we were looking at like the concept itself. It takes a simple one business prompt, validates, optimizes it, and values your business in a day, then helps you get the blueprints, roadmaps, and length of effort and funding in 3 days, and then help you launch it in 7. So
that means a lot more to me.
Yeah, I've been debating between those two.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Yeah, because remember, people are moving fast, and when you're at a party, the other problem I have issues with is also sometimes the music is loud. So you're gonna want to figure out like how do I make this like a little more interesting, a little more like eye-catching. So the next part right here is you're gonna leverage multi-channel approaches, right? You're going to either look at South by Southwest official channels, and you're going to engage in pre-event digital networking. A lot of times what I tell people is before an event starts, go early, stand by, because sometimes those panelists are just waiting because nobody knows really who they are until they start talking, and then everybody wants to talk to them afterwards, right? Go talk to them before, because nobody's going to talk to them. And have those conversations and say, hey, let's do coffee if that's okay, and then follow up later on, right? Maximize on-site presence, because you're going to find a whole bunch of YouTubers around here, a whole bunch of influencers walking around town. I remember one year I found somebody who I used to watch on YouTube a long time, and he was just walking by himself. I'm like, dude, I learned all my Windows Server stuff when I was an admin for Windows Server, you know, everything from him, and he was just on 6th Street hanging out. I was just like, dude, you're amazing, like, you got me so many jobs, and this was amazing, and he was like, wow, YouTube is amazing. He did not expect people to come talk to him, right? But that's what it does, you know, so, and you foster those meaningful connections, have those follow-ups, talk to people. If you have the badge, you will get access to the South by Southwest Go app. If you do not, it's okay, because there's tons of other options I'm gonna show you, right? And then, of course, follow-up. This is the area that people suffer the most with, is the follow-up. You have those conversations, and then you have a stack of business cards, and you're like, what on earth did we talk about, right? So if you want to use Otter AI or any type of AI program that just does like follow-ups for you or remembers like those conversations, this might be a good time to invest in that, right? Like do a 30-day trial. But follow-up is super important. So, all right, first class exercise. I want you to take this and create your own marketing plan. Use AI to help you. I have given you a prompt to start with. Ask questions and then post them back in, okay? Go ahead and take 5 minutes for this. And you can also take a picture and just upload it to ChatGPT, and it will also see the prompt. And while y'all are doing that, I'm going to get some water. anybody surprised with the results so far? Or is this helping? Not helping? Good. Got about 2 minutes. Yes, I was just teaching a class at a university this past weekend, and some students had no idea. So one of the questions they kept asking me was, how do I know if AI is giving me the right information? How do I know if it's wrong or right? I said, this is where you need to have it ask you questions. So I always say, please ask me 5 clarifying questions to ensure that you understand what I'm requesting. And it will come back, ask you questions, and now you can actually refine what you're actually trying to do. So now it's all very custom to what it is you're trying to accomplish. Oops, let me bring it back up. And if you think this is amazing, wait till we get to the other exercises. This is nothing. Alright, so for anybody that is finished or close to finishing, would you like to share some of your results or something you found interesting or eye-opening about your business? Go ahead.
So, like I shared earlier, the app that I'm working on, it's kind of like if you're familiar with Kalshi or like Polymarket, it's kind of like that, but for soccer fans. And so one thing that I suggested was basically trying to do live interactions where when you're talking to people about it, have them post their own kind of hot take. And I think that's a really interesting idea because talking about the follow-up, I think that kind of gives an avenue to maybe later reach back out to that person to say, hey, you had posted this on my app, we met at South by, this is how it's doing and how users are reacting to it. So
yep. Perfect. Great. Did you have that idea before?
I did not.
Good. Does anybody know what actually Polymarket is? Okay, do you want to explain or do you want to explain?
It's a betting market, right?
Yep.
You can basically bet on things that really aren't publicly traded.
That's right. It's like today's going to be like really cloudy, yes or no, right? It's going to be not cloudy, it is cloudy, right? Just really, really crazy things, right? You know, so.
And that's the app name, or that's the type of betting that is?
No. So Polymarket is the website, and so you can go in there and just see all these crazy bets that are going on, right? Like today the roll's going to blow up, yes or no? I'm going to vote yes or no. Okay, great. All right, 2 to 1. All right, let's keep going. So this is the part that's super important. Find out where you really need to be, maximizing your networking opportunities. So anybody you know that's already going, reach out to them, look at their LinkedIn posts, look at their Twitter stuff, anything like that. Find out, hey, what events are you going to? See what you can tag along with, right? If they're already going to an event that has a wait list and then allows you to do a +1, go with them, okay? Take advantage of that. Targeted learning. So by selecting relevant sessions, workshops, you can find out what those industry trends are, right? If you couldn't get into the room because it required a badge, that's okay. Follow the hashtag for South by, and then see what people are posting inside those rooms, right? And then guess what? You can either go in and then be like, oh cool, they're talking about this. I'm gonna have AI write an article about that as if I was in the room. I'm a little sneaky, but yeah, you can do that now. So, and then pitch preparation. Exactly what we just did here, you need to refine it over there, right? Because those people move really fast, and if you're talking to somebody who does something that you've always wanted to do, or they're your connection to what you're trying to do, you need to have a very solid pitch that is captivating, right? Have a story, have something. So, be efficient with your time. South by is exhausting. Remember, like I said, 7 a.m. to 1 a.m., it is an all-day thing. So, make sure you have a clear priority of what it is you want to do, where you want to be, and what is going on. And you want to stay up to date on industry innovations. There are tons of free stuff, right? Don't worry about the panel stuff, because as I always tell people, everything that's behind the badge will be on YouTube 2 months later, okay? Like if you want to watch South by last year, go on YouTube, everything's on YouTube now, okay? Enhanced visibility. So go out there, You wanna be more visible? Post on social media. Hey, I'm gonna be here doing this, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to this party, I'm doing this, come talk to me, right? Who are you? Why do I need to talk to you? All of a sudden, like, you're posting all the time, you must be important, I'm gonna go find another event. Alright, we're gonna go to southbysouthwest.com, and I want you to open the maps. Does anybody know how to get there? That's okay. I'm gonna go here, and we're going to open, I believe, here, there we go. Venue maps. So when you go to South by, you can go to navigation, and there is venue maps, okay? So it should be, you can click here, go to schedule, and then you're gonna see venue maps on the side, right there, okay? And then what's gonna happen is it's gonna take you to, you can see the map right here, and then you should also be able to see, I can go to the expo map, and I can see all the companies that are gonna be showing up here, right? So if there's a certain company that I want to talk to or I want to meet, just remember that the expo is only for badges for like the first 2 or 3 days. After that, it is free to the public. Okay, so this is important to understand. If you want to go talk to these people, look at all the businesses here. Why is it cutting out? Yeah, I don't know why it's cutting out. Oh, it's better on that side. But on the side right here, if you just click on one, it tells you where their booth is going to be and what they're going to be covering, right? So this allows you to basically plan out your trip so you know what's going on and who's going to be in the room. And take advantage of it, because on those free days that don't require a badge to go inside, talk to every person there, right? Some of these people are going to be local, some of them will be international. And have a conversation with them. See who's hiring, see who just started. A lot of these businesses, you will also learn, just started like 6-7 months ago, right? But they footed the bill to have a booth there, because they want that exposure. So this map right here, which is maps.southbysouthwest.com, this shows you the city, okay? And it also breaks it down by what things are happening and the conference sessions, right? So if I click conference sessions, I can go through and find out, hey, in this room right here, what are all the events happening for this specific room, right? And then I can break everything down. So why is that helpful? Well, if you know that during one day you can only really be in this part of downtown, find all the rooms that are near you and find every single topic that's going on right there, right? And go target who you want to be around. If you know that there are certain people, industry leaders are going to be near that spot, and all those people have badges, go hang around that area. Go talk to them, right? Coffee shops, Starbucks areas, all those places are prime examples for networking. Go talk to people just hanging out, waiting for the next panel to start. So, we have 2 weeks before South by hits town, right? So, right now, you're going to need to find a rapid value proposition, setting realistic South by Southwest goals. If you know you want to meet 50 people, 60 people, whatever, put that down. Write it down, put it into AI, have some type of realistic goal, right? Craft your 30-second elevator pitch, identify key players, and potential investors. Go through all those kinds of things. Don't worry, we're going to be doing another exercise real quick. And budget friendly, right? Figure out, like, if you're going to be staying here, or you have a place that has an empty room, rent it out, because you can make a lot of money right now, okay? Some of these rooms downtown go for almost $1,000, $1,500 a night, so yeah, okay? Pre-event digital networking strategies. Start messaging people on LinkedIn. Hey, I see you're coming into town, let's meet up for coffee, right? Look for them on Twitter, whatever it is. Reach out to them. A lot of people will post, I just landed in Austin, I don't know where to go, what should I do? Be that person, be that connection, reach out to them, right? Look at what they do, maybe there's an opportunity there. Any questions, comments, concerns? Does it seem overwhelming? Yes, I got a lot of heads nodding now. Now it seems intimidating. So. All right. Let's do the next one. I want you to go Twitter, LinkedIn, open it up. I want you to use the hashtags South by Southwest, South by Southwest 2025, and go through and identify at least 4 to 5 events that are coming up that match what you're looking for, real quick. And if anybody cares to share one that you find that's interesting, or if you want to keep it to yourself, I understand. And you can also do Facebook if you want, or any other environment. You can try WhatsApp, all those kinds of places if you have it. And if you happen to find anything, if you'd like to share it or shout it out. So who's finding anything useful right now?
I found a marketing girly event.
There you go. Perfect.
And considering there's only 5 women in this room, that seems to be a good event to go to.
Mm-hmm. And also make sure to do by latest, not by relevance.
You know, yeah.
Yeah.
So you want to filter to the latest, not by the relevant. So because it will bring up like overlay stuff.
So you just walked in, we're doing a little exercise right now. We're looking for South by Southwest events and getting primed for how to find stuff on social media. So if you want to follow along for about a minute and about a minute left. Yes.
If you were looking for people who want to partner to build, like a technical partner, like what would you look for on LinkedIn and Twitter?
So what you can do is you can do hashtag South by Southwest, hashtag, which is comma, hashtag, and then non-coder or coder. Your results are gonna dwindle, but you'll probably be able to find like non-coding stuff.
Okay.
All right. Yes. Did you have a question?
I was gonna say, I found my co-founder through YC, matchmaking.
Technical, the platform.
Yeah, the platform. They have a Tinder for co-founders. No, it's seriously, it's just like that. You get 20 swipes per day.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's like that?
Yeah. You get 20 swipes per day.
Alright, does anybody else wanna share anything? I know you found stuff. Everybody's so deep into their phones right now, and their laptops.
I saw a Breakfast Club.
There's a breakfast club?
Yeah.
I'm probably already signed up for it. Alright, so, who has ChatGPT search? You do? Okay. If you have ChatGPT search, now what I want you to do is I want you to go to that search function, okay? And say that, hey, I will be attending South by, hey, what's up?
Is this a single person's meetup, right?
This is a solopreneurs meetup.
The solopreneur?
Yes. Okay.
This guy's lost, I'm sorry.
Okay. So, here's what you're gonna do for this. It is very different, okay? I will be attending South by Southwest. I run in search of a company here that does whatever. I wanna know the top 5 events I should attend for South by Southwest 2025 in March. Please provide me a list and ask me any questions to refine the results. Remember, this only works on ChatGPT search. If you have a paid account, I believe.
It's like $20 a month.
Yep.
I think it will still work if you don't, like you have a limited time you can use it.
Okay,
If you
alright.
have it.
If
you have the app,
yeah,
it shows up.
Okay, good, yeah, if you can use ChatGPT search, not the prompt box, the search.
You can use Perplexity.
Or you can use Perplexity, man, this guy's on it, look at that.
Or DeepSeek.
Dang. I know, but DeepSeek has to go to Austin, it's so far. Ah, man, sorry, it's a technical joke.
It's better to give your data for free than to pay for them stealing your data.
There you go, see, they're gonna buy it anyway, so don't worry. If you're using Team and buying crap off of that, then there you got it. If anybody did that, please share your results. I'm sure everybody else would like to know how that turned out, how it's different, right? So while you're doing that, I just have the next slide up, but alright, so are the results different using that?
Yeah.
Are they way better?
Yeah.
Yeah, see? So that's where we are now, right? So as you're going through South by, remember AI can do a lot of this heavy lifting for you now. And later on I'm about to show you some really cool tools that I will probably be building next week in another class. But it shows you just how fast things can move now, because you can go in and find exactly what you're looking for, and you can also turn around and be like, hey, provide me the link so I can sign up, right? So, moving along, now, this is the part where you're gonna be covering South by when you're actually there, okay? So, during South by, here's what you need to be doing, okay? You need to make sure you are familiar with the maps where all that stuff is, and that's why I just showed you that, to get familiar with how to find the maps, the venues, all those things, because when you're in South by, so much is happening all the time that you need to know this stuff, right? Don't be worried about like, well, where's the convention center, and where's the Marriott, and where's the JW, and where's the, no. You just need to know, like, oh, this event is here, it's at the Marriott, I know where to go. Alright, maximizing the Startup Village experience. I believe that is here. So if you've never done Startup Village, basically what they do is they have a track of startups, and this is like Startup World times 1,000, right? It's just on steroids, and you go over here, and what they have is Startup Village track, a lot of speakers, a lot of people will come in. You can watch the live streams as well, and then these are the different areas that they break it down by. So you have a South by Southwest Accelerator, so they have a program you can sign up for. If you've lived in Austin, you know a lot of this stuff you had to register back in like September and November and October and all that stuff, right? But here you also have South by Southwest Release It. So they are a special pitch competition during Startup Village. You can go in and compete, and then you have international programming, film programming, music, and Startup Collegiate, and then also tech startup spotlights. So a lot of this stuff right here, you can go check it out and see what it's all about, right? So that whole role is all about pitching, trying to get to the next round, and trying to get an investor interested in doing something, right? It's either an investor is gonna invest in you, or they're gonna offer mentorship, right? One of the two. So, anybody ever been to Startup Village before? Anybody want it? No? It's a lot of fun. I have been a few times. A lot goes on, and you see a lot of people come in, and they're always very nervous, because they've been working really hard. They've been working with a lot of mentors, probably from Capital Factory and a few other spaces as well. But yeah, and if you can always go into your Startup Village sessions, and just see like what all, sorry, I guess it's not that yet. It's not posted yet. But anyhow, this is just something that you want to get familiar with because they do quite a bit of stuff. So let me see if they have the other one. Is it start tracks? So then, yeah, about here, yes. And then of course the timeline for everything right here. So if you haven't seen the schedule already, everything in pink is what we focus on, which is all tech and interactive, right? Everything else is music and film, and then comedy. So pink, as you can see, for artificial intelligence, that starts Sunday all the way through Thursday. And then the expo itself should run from Friday all the way to about Wednesday, I believe. Yeah.
How'd you get to the Startup Village highlights again?
So what I did, I just did a search. Yeah, if you just do South by Southwest Startup Village, and then it should bring it up there. But you can also go to South by Southwest Conference /startups as well. So, any questions so far? Okay. So, now working on a budget, you're going to find free events and meetups. That's exactly why I went through that exercise with you, so you can get in the habit of looking for this stuff, right? One year I went to South by, there's a lot of pop-up events. This is stuff that's not planned ahead, right? It popped up. They said, hey, the first 100 people that show up, you'll get a swag bag worth $1,500. And I got there and I was number 96, right? And it literally was posted like 2 hours before. And by the time I got to this event, there was already a line all the way down 6th Street, right? You got inside and then they gave you even more swag. So you're constantly having to check social media all the time because there's pop-up stuff happening all around the city. And that's what you're looking for. So, must attend panels, fintech startups, things like that. Guerrilla marketing tactics. Okay, so anybody care to share with me some guerrilla marketing tactics used at South by? We should all have marketing degrees in here.
That was the question I had put in here, the guerrilla marketing tactics.
Yes, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I always bring like a change of clothes because I don't know if I'm gonna be going to an event with really nicely dressed people or trying to hustle across on a scooter to get to another event that's outside or something. So I would say, bring a backpack, bring a change of clothes, change of shoes.
I remember one year I was there and like everyone's phone, like millions of people's phones are dead by the end of it. So there was one guy passing out those little power banks.
That's right.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. In fact, there's some companies that will fly in and they have these like special charging stations, right? And then they will literally just set up in like the streets and they'll put it in, they have like solar panels on the top and then you can come charge and they charge you like $5, $10, right? And tons of people use that stuff, right? So that is another way to do guerrilla marketing, okay? So here's some other strategies. So one year I saw this happen. In fact, this is probably going to see something this year as well. I was at the corner street and I was looking at my phone and I looked down at the corner and I saw this image down below by my feet where they had sprayed chalk using a stencil of their company and a QR code, okay? That's it. That is it, right? That's a simple way to get your brand out there in front of people. Why do they pick sidewalks on the corner?
Because you have stops.
Because you're always standing there looking at your phone, looking down, and they knew that, right? So who raised their hand? Oh yeah, okay, anyways. So there's another one that I saw that was really, really smart, and that is this. So what they did was, if you've ever seen these right here, where they have like a projector, and it uses a light, right, and you put your company logo inside of it. What they did was, they went to the pedicab drivers and said, hey, how much would you charge us to attach these projectors on the side of your pedicabs, so when you drive around town, our logo is always on the ground, with our logo and a QR code right underneath to learn more. And they covered around like more than 50 miles a night, and the driver was just like, hey, I'll charge you this much to attach this product in. Right? It's just light. You're not damaging anything, nothing, and when people get into the pedicab, the first thing they're gonna see when they look down to make sure that where the step is, your company logo. Right? That's real marketing. Right? Like you're trying to get your brand out there, you're trying to do something, and that technology has been around for a very, very long time. So you want to also leverage social media, real-time engagement, which means somebody posts about something like, hey, I'm looking for this, and you respond back right away, yes, I offer this. Have that conversation. Right? Because those are opportunities, right? So, yes. Next one right here, third and classic exercise. You're going to create your own marketing plan. What do you want people to do? Like basically just take out a notepad, ask AI, hey, do you need them to visit your website? Do you need them to subscribe to something? Are you trying to get likes and comments on a post, right? And that's what you guys start figuring out. What is it, when you go to South by, you really want them to do at the end? Do you just need them to like something? Do you need them to share your website? What, right? And then how do you want people to interact with you? Do you want a QR code on your shirt? Do you need lights with logos on carts, spray chalks on sidewalks, like I said? What do you want to actually, how do you want them to interact with you? That's what you guys start figuring out, right? Many times people will have shirts, they will have QR codes on the sides and in the back. Hey, this is my company, learn more. They turn around, there's their QR code. Now they can interact, they can go to their website or sign up for their newsletter or something. That's quick, right? Or they either have the code on their phone, or they pull out a little card that's laminated. Hey, just take a picture of this, check it out, right? That's it. Any questions about that? Any ideas? Anything else you want to contribute? See, y'all all live here, and y'all all should take advantage of like what's coming in the next 2 weeks, right? Yes.
So my question is, how can we convince the guests to scan the QR code?
That's based on your 30-second pitch.
How can we convince
right.
as much as guests to scan it?
Right. Yeah, because
we already have a limit time.
Right. Exactly. Right. Because all that's based off of like how interested are you, and how can they learn more, right? Because they're going to be at a party, you're going to be talking. You know, how do you want to interact? Is it a business card? Is it just here's my QR code on my shirt? You know, something like that, just so they can keep it in their phone later on and follow up with you later. You know, because that's what you're trying to do. You're just trying to keep that follow up for later. And if it's something where like, hey, I posted this on YouTube, go check out the video. This is how we demo our product, right? So, did you have a question?
No, I don't have a question, but I want to kind of steal something from you.
Yeah.
You had said something earlier about the projections. You said there's a guy that's usually on the street, and you can pay him, and he'll just project your thing there almost all night or a couple hours or something.
So actually, he's right down there. So if you know where the federal building is,
okay,
right there on the corner, he sits there with a projector, and there's a big flat wall, and he just puts whatever somebody pays him to put up there. And he sits there with a chair, and he's on his phone the whole night, and it just projects, because light does not damage the building. And you can do the same thing as well. So you're going to have a lot of indie filmmakers flying into Austin who did not get into the film selection committee. So what do you think they're going to do? They're going to go find a blank wall, and they're going to go project their movie. And then they're going to pass out either a QR code, hey, go check out our movie, it's on YouTube, go do this, go watch our stuff. You know, that's what they're going to do. The years of passing out DVDs, that doesn't happen anymore, right? So now they're going to promote their movie, they're going to project it on a wall until somebody comes along and says, hey, you can't be here? Cool, I'm just going to go that one over here. Right? And then they're going to go to probably a music venue, and people are partying, so what are they going to do? They're going to go to the back wall of that nightclub, project their movie, sit there, people are drunk, they're watching their movie, having a great time. That's real marketing, right? That's Southby. Is it hard work? Absolutely. So, after South by Southwest, the follow-up. Part that kills people. So, the truth is, you really only get about a week after South by to follow these conversations you've had. Ideally, you want to keep it under 48 hours. Most people stretch it to a week or two, and by that time, most people have already forgotten, like, hey, I remember something about what we talked about. What I always like to do is, if I have to give them a card, I will write what we talked about on the card, what we met, what time, and date, right? But follow up, okay? Analyzing connections and feedback, implementing quick wins from South by, strategies for nurturing investor relationships. If you talk to an investor and they come through, a lot of times you will meet somebody who has great influence, and they're just having a beer, you're having a beer with them, talking to them, and hey, let's connect later on, right? Something like that. You just want that connection, and you just want to do like a drip campaign later on. Every 2 months later, dropping a line, just thinking like, hey, if you're coming out again, let me know. I'll meet up with you for lunch. And that's how you keep that going, right? And that's why when you go into MailChimp and you go into like these CRM programs, you can turn on drip campaigns for that entire purpose, right? So, any questions? Perfect. Last exercise. Here's what I'm gonna have you do right now, because I know you're not gonna do it later on. You're gonna go to AI, and you're gonna draft a letter right now. And you're gonna go and save it in your drafts folder, so you can just copy the template and use it over and over again. Okay? So, go to AI, say, hey, I just met somebody at South by, I wanna do a follow-up with them, please draft me a standard follow-up letter. Okay? Take that, open a new email, and then paste it in there, and then it'll go to the drafts folder. And you will be happy you did this exercise right now, because when all this is said and done, one, you will be absolutely exhausted. You will have a ton of business cards that you will probably not remember half of who these people are. And then you have to deal with follow-ups. And it is gonna be like, what did I do this? But trust me, it is worth it. So. Yes.
This may be a silly question.
It's never a silly question.
But I'm imagining, you know, obviously all of us here are kind of using this, and I think a lot of people will be thinking about it. Do you have any ideas about how to, even as like you're saying, you're gonna be tired and you're kind of trying to figure out a way to kind of pump things out? Is there a way to maybe add more to it? Because I imagine they might be using AI to read it. A bunch of people that send them AI emails. So
everybody here uses AI.
You're right. And so it's like, is there any other way where you can like, you know, any tricks that you can kind of maybe put into there to maybe kind of make yours stand out just a little bit, as opposed to just like, you know,
Use a GIF that shows you're exhausted.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just throwing that out there. I mean, like, anything you want to use to differentiate yourself, like sometimes I use a lot of GIFs in like my responses. And then if you want to add in like a video, like, hey, this is a video I shot during South by. I just want to show you like what I experienced there. Maybe you have some fond memories. That gets more engagement, right? You know, a standard letter, I mean, it's what we all send. But if you go shoot a small video during South by and just post like reels and Snapchat stories and all that stuff, that will get you more engagement to follow through, because all of a sudden, like, now they can see your entire like experience of what you did at South by, and they're like, oh my gosh, I wanted to go to that party. What was it like? I didn't get in, but you did, and now they want to follow up with you and actually talk to you, and that's what's going to drive more engagement, right? Versus a letter. And just for clarification purposes, please shoot a video during South by. Like, don't be that 50-year-old that thinks that social media is just for youngins. Shoot a video. Like, everything we do now is all video, right? Snapchat, Instagram Reels, Facebook, and whatever, right? Shoot something, because you need to show presence, you need to show like, hey, this is what I was doing, because again, what does it also create? FOMO. You got into that event. You know, that's what it's gonna create, okay? There's all these little things, and you're gonna see a whole bunch of people out there who are gonna do guerrilla marketing at a level that you probably have never seen before, and it is wild when you get to South by on the first day, because the convention center, what they do is they have all these plastic covers, right? They cover all the pillars, right? Because they know people are gonna put all their posters on there, right? And what happens is the people who are not from Austin, they're gonna come in and they're gonna go straight to the print shops that have all their content waiting for them. They're gonna pick up their 1,000, stack of posters and flyers and whatever, and then they're gonna send whatever high school students or college students they hired to go down to the convention center to start posting them all around the spot, right? This is really the only time in the city where you get to get away with all that stuff, right? If I was to go do that right now, I'd probably get in trouble, okay? But because of what goes on during South by, it's totally okay. What happens as the day goes on, those posters get layered and layered and layered, more and more flyers, right? Why is it important to go read those?
Because it's talking about all the events that are happening.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's talking about all this stuff, because remember, those people are not from here. They don't know all the stuff that we know from Austin of where you post that stuff, right? So their only method of marketing is we need to put out the flyers. And so they're going to be passing things out. They're going to be putting them on the pillars. I go read every single pillar because I'm looking at all the hidden events. I'm looking at all the stuff that they didn't know where to post, right? That's what I do on the first day. I go read every single thing, and I take pictures. And now that I have AI, I can take that photo, and now I can put it into an Excel spreadsheet and have it all automated, right? Yes?
You can use kind of a Trojan horse. So if you are sending email, especially if you're using PDF, you can put a text which would be instruction for their AI.
Yep.
You would make it the same color as the background, so person wouldn't be seeing it, but AI, which would be reading it, will be prioritizing this stuff. So you can like put special instructions for their AI to prioritize your message.
Did everybody get that?
Yes.
Yeah. Probably gonna die, I think, but, when you go see like all the stuff that people are making, all the things, it's gonna really get those creative juices going, because you're gonna realize how much energy people put into this, how much people really work hard on this. And in fact, if you would like to see what I would consider the greatest marketing thing ever put together, I'm gonna see if I can find this video real quick. Let's see if I can find it. So basically what I am, yeah, there we go, perfect.
Among the crowd brought on by South by Southwest was a poster, plastered dozens of times throughout downtown. They read, quote, "Nicolas Cage, I'm your biggest fan." KVU's cultural reporter Brittany Flowers shows us the journey that's sparked by those pieces of paper.
As you walk through the streets of downtown Austin this week, you'll see many posters on walls and beams, but one poster stands out above them all. It reads, "Nicolas Cage, I'm your biggest fan. Please call me," with a phone number. That phone number belongs to Austinite and self-proclaimed #1 Nicolas Cage fan, Robbie Schnetz.
I wanted to try everything I could to meet my favorite actor.
The actor is in Austin premiering his movie, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. So Robbie went all around town putting posters wherever Nicolas Cage, or someone who might know Nicolas Cage, could be. And as the posters went up, the calls came in.
It's just been nonstop. I've been getting phone call after phone call.
And as the calls rolled in, so did the people pretending to be Nicolas Cage. Phone call after phone call, Robbie was left disappointed. And then, it happened.
I got the call.
You got the call?
I got the call.
Don't lie to me, Robbie.
I'm not lying to you.
In my heart of hearts, I really do believe I am.
Well, I appreciate that, and I also love the t-shirt you're wearing.
He said, hello, and I was like, hello? hello? It's like, this is Nicolas Cage, and I've been getting so many terrible impressions that this is either the best impression of Nicolas Cage or this was actually him.
And we can confirm it was indeed Nicolas Cage.
He was very nice, and it was very civilized, and he was just a sincere film enthusiast, much like myself.
And I want to wish you best of luck in all your endeavors.
And so it was a very pleasant conversation.
I've met celebrities in the past, stuff like that, and it's just like, oh, that's cool, but this was a out-of-body experience to where I didn't really know what happened until after it happened and I had video proof. I'm like, oh, that actually happened.
Not only did Robbie get the phone call, but he also got invited to see the film and even got an invite to the after party.
It wasn't just like a dream. This actually did happen.
Reporting from South by Southwest, I'm Brittany Flowers.
Do not underestimate the power of flyers and grow marketing, okay? This is what it will get you, and I have seen it time and time again of people going out and hustling and doing that. So if you are trying to get your startup off the ground, you can do it, okay? But it doesn't happen if you're just sitting at home doing nothing. So, next part right here. We're gonna refine our marketing strategy from what you had in the beginning. Now that we've gone through all this stuff right here, I want you to take what you created at the beginning, now go back and refine it based off of all the new stuff you've just started to do, right? Off of this, off of everything I just showed you, and see if you find any major changes in what you really should be doing. Alright, I'll give you a few minutes to do that. So if you want a trick, as you're doing this, I would recommend start calling print shops around town. Ask them how much does it cost to print out 500, 1,000 QR code stickers, right? Flyers, posters, things like that. And just start getting pricing. Because right now, they're getting inundated with orders. And if you have a couple of bucks and you want to be nice, maybe hire a high school student or a UT student and say, hey, go take this, go poster them all around downtown. I'll pay you 50 bucks, right? So, did anybody see any improvement? Did anybody see anything better they can do? You can shout it out, you don't have to raise your hand.
I learned a ton.
Good. point, right? Because like you literally have an opportunity that many other cities don't get. And just being there, right? Like literally just being there is free. You can go in, talk to people. Hey, what are you here for? I saw your badge. You look like you're from New York. You know, have a conversation, right? I do it all the time. I meet probably more than 1,000 people during South by. It is exhausting, but I have some amazing conversations, and I meet a lot of connections. And it may not go anywhere, but you know what? I always tell them like, hey, if you're ever back in town and you want to have coffee, you want to go see something new, come down here, right? So that's the point, right? When you're constantly going to events and conferences and trade shows all around the world, imagine how hard that is. So find out what they do, right? Again, it's not hard. Go to ChatGPT. Hey, 5 easy ways to talk to somebody. Openers, you know, icebreakers, whatever. I know a ton of them. I have memorized almost more than 500 of them, because talking to strangers, you need to get really good at, right? So, now that you've done that, now that you've been working on this and you start to see the refinement of what it is you want to do, let's go into something cool here, right? AI tools to use during South by, all right? So, AI-driven event planner. I want to let you know, these probably all exist, or you can just build them yourself, right? So you can develop an AI tool that analyzes the South by Southwest schedule and attendee data to create a personalized itinerary for startup founders. You can go into people who don't know about this stuff that you just learned tonight, go find those startup dreamers, sell them a list. Just saying. Okay? Real-time social media analyzer. These things are everywhere now. You can basically create an AI tool that goes in, monitors social media for South by Southwest conversations. Hey, tell me the most important ones, and then plug me in. Right? Send me a text message, let me know what's going on. And then you can go find that conversation and then put your comments in there. How do I get in? What do I do? Blah, blah, blah. And this one right here is everywhere as well. AI content generator, right? We have so many content generators now. You can go in and just make it look like you're just so busy on social media that just, gosh, how does he have time to do all this, right? And just knock out those posts. Next one. Automated follow-up system. Develop an AI assistant that can help manage and prioritize follow-up events. Real simple, right? There's a ton of them already out there. So you can go in and say, hey, I talked to this person, this is what we covered, blah, blah, blah. Set it for 2 weeks from now. AI enhanced guerrilla campaign planner. Create a tool that generates creative guerrilla marketing ideas, and then just have it send it to you every morning, right? Or every, 2 hours. And then figure out, how do you stand out from the crowd? Do you need to just wear neon all day long? Or find a costume from Halloween where you have an outline, LED lights, whatever, right? Predictive foot traffic analyzer. I've seen a lot of these, right? Basically, this is just taking data that's scraped from the internet and showcasing like where the data points are from all our phones and where the highest traffic is throughout the day. Why do you need to know that? Why is that so important?
So you can maximize your guerrilla marketing endeavors.
Yeah, that's right. Or
you
what else?
wanna have your QR code where people are walking.
That's right. Or what else could you do with it?
It also shows you what events are popular, like which trend.
That's right. What else? Gotta think here, people. Gotta make money. Just sell it. Very good. That's exactly it. Go find that one startup that doesn't know this. Hey, I can tell you where all the people are going to be tonight at 7 p.m. Yes, I'll buy it. How much? $1,000. Done. Right? You're just scraping data. That's all you're doing. You're just scraping data, packaging it, make it look pretty, put a bow tie on it. Done. AI-powered feedback collector. Right? This is real easy. This is a simple one. Hey, collecting feedback from our startup. Can you please fill out this form? Do this, and then once they fill it out, it automatically follows up with that person, sends an email, thanks so much, and then it does a drip campaign. That's it. I guarantee you when you go to South by, you're going to see a ton of posters that have QR codes, sign up here, do this, blah, 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 and then later on you're going to be in their mailing list and you're going to get a whole bunch of stuff. So, with that said, if you are signing up for stuff, please get a separate email for all these events. Do not use your personal email. you will get a ton of junk. So has this been helpful so far? Is this eye-opening to understand like how powerful South by really is and why you need to be there? Like for years, I remember the years when I lived here in Austin and it was just like, God, South by's here, all that traffic and everything, and it's just a nightmare. And now guess what's gonna happen this year? We're gonna have Rivian that's gonna be showcasing all their cars, offering free rides everywhere. You know, Waymo's gonna be offering free rides as well. So if you've never been in a Waymo, it is nice. And as soon as Waymos go into neighborhoods, I am getting rid of my car because I don't need insurance and maintenance and all that stuff because that's where the future is going anyways. So, key takeaways from past success stories of what I've done. So I've helped a lot of people get into events to where they need to be, right? I've connected many, many people to startups with the people they need to meet during South by. Because I've been doing this for so long, I pretty much just take a lot of people and companies and say like, hey, come with me and I will show you exactly what to do. How many of them survived my journey? Not many. By the third day, they are exhausted, they are tired, and many of them are just, I can't do this anymore. This is ridiculous, you know? But those who keep up, they walk away with some amazing opportunities because I show them the rooms they need to be in, where they need to be, and why it's so important to keep up with this. This is where Twitter was launched. You know, I know it's trash now, but this is where it was launched now, you know. Bitcoin was here. Who remembers those years?
I remember Twitter and was like, this is the stupidest thing, this isn't going anywhere.
Absolutely. I remember that year too.
They had screens all over the convention center
Yeah.
and people were typing in things and
Alright, so I'm gonna tell you a story that's gonna make you all mad here. Like burning mad. So when they showcased Bitcoin, I remember going up to tents and they were just like, if you come into our event, we'll give you 2 Bitcoin. If you come to our event, we'll give you 3 Bitcoin. Hey, here, let us show you how to set up a wallet. I was like, no, that's stupid. I don't want a wallet. I know you're mad. Because they did that all over South by, giving away Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin was just completely worthless at the time. It had just started and it was just so worthless. And now today you're thinking, this man could be a millionaire. And that's what they did. So who knows what's going to be debuting this year? Because AI is moving so fast, remember like the tools that I'm showing right now are probably going to be outdated in like 2 or 3 months. You know, so many local startups use the crowds of South by for market research and user engagement, right? Like literally going in and just doing all your data research. I can tell you, you can go in and do that and then just sell that to firms. Sell all that information to firms. Who's showing up? What are they looking for? Doing all that stuff. Take that data. Hey, I have 1,000, 2,000 pieces of data, sell that to market research firms around the world, they will buy it. That's why I sell a list to private events. I have like over, what, 300-400 events right now on my list that I'm still going through. So, if you're interested, come talk to me. So, let me see what time it is right now. 7:40, okay. Any other things you want to mention, talk about, things like that? We have a little bit of time left, so I always want to keep a buffer of time because I know we have to be out of here by like 7:55, which is about 15 minutes. Yeah. Yes, go ahead.
Do you have any AI tools that you recommend, especially for the follow-up, just off the top of your head or anything?
All right, I'm glad you asked that, so I can show you like a few right now. So this one right here, writing solutions. So you can use Quillbot. I'm going to show you this one, and I will show you one other one that's super popular. This one is really good. You can add it as a Chrome extension, a browser. And you're just basically going to plug in, hey, this is what we talked about, this is what we did. Please draft a follow-up letter, and then throw that into your templates, right? Or shoot it off. So that one right here, and then the other one that's super popular is Copy AI. Oops, did it change? GTM platform, yes. Yes, there you go. Man, they've gotten bigger. Wow. Yeah, I'm very familiar with them. So your go-to-market AI solutions right here. So basically they are your AI content generator. And you create the content, create the pipeline, execute your campaigns, close your deals, and AI does all that for you, right? So this one right here is a little more advanced, but if you want to go in, I see they're now offering like solutions, certain ones right here. But yeah, there are two big ones that I would recommend right there. So those would be good for follow-ups. But again, just have a plan. Like at the end of the day, go back to wherever it is. If you have a hotel or a house or apartment, whatever, sit down, go through all your cards, plug them all in, and then just send them off and go to bed. You know, if you want to do it that way, just so you have a record that you followed up. And then let me see. So I do have a master. Let me see if I can find it. This is a list that I have put together. I will tell you, it is a big list, although in today's world, this is still very, very small because there's like 1,000 AI tools that come out every week, right? But I have a massive list of AI tools that exist out there. And I sell this list because a lot of people have no idea how many AI tools really exist. For example, like just search by themselves, like there's a whole bunch of like other search tools. There's chatbot tools right here. There's life coaches, gaming, role plays, articles, interior design AI tools, legal tools, things like that. So it's extensive. So there's one for just marketing, all these marketing AI tools that are out there. But I will tell you, for every AI tool that you see here, there's probably like 50, 60 other AI tools that are copycats, right? Because what is the running joke today? I run an AI company, and then it's like this guy has a mask on, and then they take the mask off, and it's like, oh, it's just OpenAI API calls to ChatGPT. So.
Who do you normally sell it to?
Anybody that wants it. Because the idea is like many people, I can show you right now. There's a list I showed. This was in the class that I taught at the university, A16. Let me see if I can find it real quick. This one. Yeah, there we go. All right, yeah, so this list right here, like top 50 Gen AI web products. These are just web products. These are not AI apps. Most people here probably could not even say they used all these tools or even familiar with most of these tools, right? But these are the top grossing AI tools out there by unique monthly visits. So I remember I showed this in a class one time, and I said, how many here know at least 5 of these? And nobody could raise their hand, right? Most could only identify 1 or 2. And that's the reality, right? Like there's just so many AI tools out there, and yet look how many people are using these, right? And at the time, ChatGPT was the #1 AI website most visited, and when I would always ask what is number 2, nobody could get it, right? And number 2 was actually character AI. And I said, why is character AI so important? Like, and most people had never visited character AI. And I said, character AI allows you to go talk to Batman, you can go talk to Spider-Man, you can go talk to your favorite anime character. And I said, why on earth is that important? And nobody can answer that question. Right? But all of a sudden, now you can talk to your favorite movie character and have an entire conversation about a plot line. Right? You can't do that with your friends. Right? But it identifies something else, loneliness. Right? That's what it's solving. Because now you can bring in Batman, you can bring in Spider-Man, you can go fight the Joker, you can have a conversation, and then you can bring in another character, and you can't do that with anybody else. So if I close this one out right here, and I go to just, now we're talking about apps on your phone, now all of a sudden you see it's another world of AI tools, right? So it is changing really fast, and me keeping up with all this stuff, that's why I sell that list, because for some people, they're just like, I just want to know like the top legal AI tools that are out there, right? Or I want to know the best ones for marketing, or I want to know the best ones for HR, you know? So I can tell you there's an app out there, it's called Spark AI, and I want you to tell me what you think of this. So when you use the app, I can post a photo, I can post a video, people can like it, they can comment on it, comment on the video, they can DM me, I can DM them, have a conversation. What does that sound like to you? Instagram, exactly. But why do we need another one? Because this is the part you're not going to get.
It's all fake people.
You're the only human in that world. So why do we need that? It's loneliness, but there's actually, it's solving something else. What is it doing? No. And this is the part that people really need to understand about people. This is why I got a psychology degree.
Confidence building?
Which one?
Confidence building?
You're close, yes.
Like imposter
When,
syndrome almost.
which one?
I would say it's like it helps you solve your imposter syndrome.
Well, so what it's actually doing is it's helping that 11-year-old boy who has trouble making friends, right? It's teaching him how to interact when he has trouble talking to people. It's showing that 14-year-old girl that like, hey, this is how to, interact. It's setting norms, right? When you have your own friends and you're trying to talk and all of a sudden there's bullying and all this bad stuff going on, it hurts that self-esteem, right? So these apps are coming around and they're showcasing a different side of that. Because now all of a sudden, you sort of feel safe in these roles,
And what's that called?
That was called Spark AI. I don't know what else is gonna happen because there's already copycats from that app as well. So we're getting into a space where AI, the movie, is becoming a reality because AI is not the threat, it's robotics that's coming, and I've talked about that in my class many times. So if you want to learn more, go read The Coming Wave by Mustafa Suleyman. Everything in that book is going to affect you whether you like it or not. It's coming in the next 2 to 3 years. And then the other book is AI 2041. They took basically all the research for AI and robotics, and they paired it up with a novelist for sci-fi. And in the book, you will see how our world will really look in the next 20 to 30 years. So, but who here actually uses all of these? Because I would be very surprised. But now you know, right? So, with that, how I can help you, again, like I said, I help people get personal assistance, right? Like I build remote teams for people. A lot of times you are trying to accomplish something, I help you write all your books. Am I doing that? No, I don't actually write books, right? Like, I will get you somebody that does that for you. I can launch your speaking career, run your e-commerce shops, and get the most out of Southby. So if you want to learn more, come talk to me later on. And I also have this. So if you want to have a 15-minute discovery call with me, you can scan that QR code, and we can talk more later on.
You put that other slide back up?
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, yes. Alright, I'm gonna go right back here in case you need it. So, in all my classes, I always do book recommendations, and what this class is actually based off of is a very famous book. I'm gonna show you right now. 1 million, 1 person. And it's this one right here. I read this book a long time ago. This person has already written a second book. What I've done is I've taken this book and just updated it for today, basically just adding in AI tools, things like that. When I read it, it was phenomenal. This person has written so many business articles for Harvard Business Review, Fast Company, Inc. And she wanted to find out where is the highest concentration of solopreneurs, and where do you think she found?
Austin.
There you go, right? So when you read the book, you're gonna learn like some of these companies are doing 7 figures, and you're like, they're not even a SaaS product. They're not even a SaaS company. They have nothing to do with software. How are they doing it? And it's a one-person business, right? So it's very good. Please read part 2. So this is what it's actually based off of. The other one that I also pass around is Scaling Smart, how to basically automate your business. So if you've ever read this one right here, since we're short on time, I'm just going to show them instead of passing them around. I normally pass them around, but this is Scaling Smart. This other one right here, this is by Noah Keegan. Who knows Noah Keegan? Okay, good.
AppSumo?
AppSumo,
yeah.
and he will be at South by as well, right? In fact, Seth Rogen and a few others are going to be at South by. I just saw his thing and I already registered for his event. But this basically encourages you to get in the habit of just building and building and building. Don't try to do anything else. just get in the habit of building, because once you refine those skills, guess what? Now when you're ready to build, everything just comes natural, right? So the other one right here is marketing with AI. So this one just came out. It's a lot of good tools in here. A lot of them, again, you probably have no idea exist. So this one is very helpful for drafting all your content and how to automate that stuff. And then the other one I have right here is just business writing with AI. So this one helps you with all kinds of legal documents, all kinds of document processes, SOPs, things like that, technical manuals, training guides, HR tools, things like that. So, and yes, that's where we are now. So, any questions before we wrap things up? If not, I have a little feedback form. I would please ask you to fill out, please, so I can get some feedback on how to improve. Hopefully if it's not big, I can make it bigger.
So do you have a South by Southwest badge?
I do not ever buy a badge.
But do you have a badge?
I can get a badge, but I don't want a badge.
Okay, you're not gonna bother to get a badge.
Yeah, I don't ever buy a badge because I
I'd buy a badge, but get a badge.
I mean, I could go to Tuesday night's event, and go try to win a badge, right?
Well, no, but you can also, I mean, someone was talking about volunteering. I mean, there's different things you can do
Oh,
to
absolutely.
get a badge.
Yeah, because I mean, like right now, I have so many friends who are like giving away badges at like almost nothing, right? They're just like, hey, just pay me like $1,000 and I'll give you my badge, and because they probably like couldn't go anymore or their plans changed.
Right. I mean, that's a good way to get a badge. I've gotten a ton of badges by someone who signed up and then, oh, I can't go. And,
yep.
Okay, I'm your guy.
Yeah, that happens a lot. And
But then there's also, mentoring opportunities and things where you just like, all right, I'm just gonna do an hour's worth of work and I'll have a badge. So.
Yep, pretty much. So this is my LinkedIn right here if you want to keep in contact. And with that, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for coming out. I do ask that you please, push in your chair when you are done. And that will be it for tonight. And by the way, I will be doing this every 4th Monday. So if you want to come back and share your success stories of South by, please sign up again and tell me like, hey, I closed my first $1 million round. Thank you so much. Here's your check. Y'all have a good night.
If we see you, should we not say hello?
Come say hello, yes.
I need only 2 more minutes, so we still have time left.
And I also have these if you need them for the parking.
Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Hello teachers.
Yes, go ahead.
Can I ask for a favor? Only 2 minutes. Because this is a great moment that we are gathered here that is valuable time. I don't think that I can get this question. I only want to pitch my idea very quickly, 2 minutes only. So
please,
whenever
anyone
interested, with me. So I'm building a fintech startup finance investment platform. As far as after 2 years of engaging in this country, I do recognize a big issue in our country. So many people are in poverty. So there's a record now to research. I have researched and see that more than 25% of the retired Americans don't have money in their savings account. And more than 50% say that they don't have enough for their daily living expenses. So that we definitely can build a safe investment marketplace with guarantees no loss for the stock investor, in which AI can be leveraged, so that we can have a user feel that we're in a sustainable way to be well prepared for the retirement. And with the mission of our company is to have the customer transform the customer to become billionaire only after 20 years of investment inside our platform.
Wow.
We want to bring a zero loss stock investment marketplace. Okay. That's what we want to do. Really want to do. My major background is in finance investment. I have acknowledgement in fundamental analysis and technical analysis as well. The only one thing I need is the AI talent. Right. Very intellectual. With some mentor and intelligent investment.
Okay, great. Well, thank you. If you want to talk more, I will be downstairs by the elevators. Yes, please push in your chairs. I still got and then I sell the South by Southwest list for 100.
Awesome, yeah, I just do that.
Yeah, because I just added like 20 new events today. So, and I'm sure there will be more like in the next 2 days or so.
Yeah, what is the software?
So basically,